Oof, it's warm today. Doing a little chat whether anyone comes in or not. Just in the garden. My little new sexy gardening gloves. There's a lot of weeds out there that I've had to pull out. But sun's in and out, but it was just out for a little bit, so I thought I'm getting in the sun. Getting some activations, as I like to call it. I'm noticing that a lot of my flowers are bigger than last year, and this big bush that's there, it's massive, and I'm like, that's done really well this year with flowers on it, like more than ever. And there's bees all over it, which you would have seen in my last video. I think it was gone up with the twinkle hands because I've noticed it's in daylight now, which I'm going to come and talk about tonight. And I've got a really weird plant growing in the garden that I thought wasn't growing last year. Didn't really know what it was, and it looks like I don't even know what it is. But yeah. But anyway, I was just going to say, what if I do come on tonight, if I'm not recording with other people, I was going to come on for a little chat about timelines and ascension and all this stuff. We also talk about. Sorry, microphone isn't even anywhere near me, so I don't know if anyone could hear anything I was saying then. But sorry, but it's really warm today. I can see 2 people in chat, but I can't see anyone saying hi. So, just going to carry on. Because I want to get my whiteboard out. The pens aren't working, but I think I found one that does, to sort of draw my thoughts on timelines and how we change them, sort of thing. I've just been watching T. Taylor from last night, I think it was, which was interesting. And I do believe when we're watching other people's channels, it triggers us off to talk about what they're talking about, but things we might have seen and brought up as well. And like, oh yeah, I forgot to say, or re-putting it out there for everyone who's coming over, because we are awakening ourselves up, and I don't just mean I'm talking about ourself in our bodies. We need to activate them with the I am. So I'll be talking about all that after my sort of, perception on it, because that's what it's all about. And all the clairs out there, which I do believe is coming in. All the clairs. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, if anyone gets what I'm saying. There's 5 people in chat, but I can't see anyone saying hi. So we've got people lurking, no one saying hi. And if you don't know what I mean by the clairs, a lot of you will know what I mean. And a lot of you will know what I'm talking about later when I discuss the clairs. Some of you could have one of the clairs. Some of you could have a few of them, or all of them. But I believe that's what's coming in. With the twinkles, which I think obviously get activated in the sun because they are light activated. And when I first got them, it was not under sunlight, it was more under my phone light. It's still light. Hi Jennifer. It was under light. Now I go in the garden, that's why I went out in the garden, and I just posted the post, hopefully if you saw it, of me in the garden, in the sun, on my hands, twinkles. So, but there's that whole thing I want to go through again with the activation of your twinkles, and people who think it's nanotech, clairsentient, clair lurking. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, clairvoyancy, there's lots of clairs. Hi, good morning to you. Because some people will say it's a hi tree hugger Dave, Elizabeth and Jennifer and whoever else is there. Nanotech or chemtrail materials, chemtrail metals, because that's what I believe they wanted you to think, because it's all about fear. You're either in fear or you're in love. You're either coming from fear or you're either coming from love. So that's how we change the timeline, which I will draw out later, because I like drawing, but I will do some little diagrams my way of how I see it, because it is all about perceptions. If you have a perception, you believe something wholeheartedly, it's nanotech or whatever you want to call it, or metals from chemtrails, then therefore that's your reality. That's how I see it. My twinkles, as I like to call them, are not we're calling crystalline DNA change. And you will see, when you go on a magnifying glass, like T. Taylor does, and I do it because I've got a magnifying glass on mine, and look at you, because this is what I say, don't listen to me or anyone else, research yourself and look. There's little, like, fine fibres, like hair. So some of us are saying, hi, James, some of us are saying, that could be ridden of the carbon, you know, because it is odd. You don't see them. I don't see them now, but when I go up close, I can see a few. See, the twinkles are there now. And if it was a bad thing, I don't think I'd be twinkling more when I'm more happy, when I'm in a higher vibration, when I'm talking about things I enjoy, because enjoyment, love, all that, it's all a higher vibration. So if maybe people aren't seeing it, maybe you need to raise your vibration. And I think the more you raise it, the more you'll twinkle. Just like the lovely lady on, a T. Taylor, but there's also Lisa Transcendence Brown now. When she goes on in the sun, because she's been doing this for years and living in that way, her flecks of light are massive on her body. Like, you massive. So, you know. Good morning, Dolly. I've got a new photo. What have you got a new photo of? You know, so I'm sort of going to re-go over my thoughts on that. You know, you should be saying, I am light and love to your cells, to yourself, which is your cells in your body, to activate your cells, and they'll know what to do. They'll heal you. And I want to ask people if anyone is getting the twinkles, if they're getting funny, I can't explain it, feelings in the fingers, as if you could be a healer or something, which no doubt people are, like an energy thing. So yeah, because I've been talking to someone, and it's really hard when someone, I'm not going to say awake to nothing, but he's always got the but on the end of it, the but on the end of it, the but on the end of it. Even like JFK Jr.'s wife, when I've been talking about it, it's like, oh yeah, the picture looks the same, but the nose isn't the same. We all know. She's about 58 now. She's not younger, but when you take photos, selfies, depending on what light you're studying or what angle you've got it from, you're going to look a bit different. My facial features look different sometimes, depending on what angle I am, where the light is, this light. But I mean, you can plainly see it's her mouth, teeth, ears. And people say, oh yeah, but her ears are longer. Well, women wear earrings. See, if these were heavier, it'd bring your earring down. It'd bring your ear lobe down. And women do probably get longer ears here if they wear a lot of earrings. Your nose and your ears never stop growing. So this person's like going to be really hard to, like, not really hard to talk to, but it's like, well, you know, everything can't be, oh, well, it's this, it's just a coincidence. Oh, it's just a coincidence. No such things as coincidences. As I was trying to tell someone last night, who comes on my channel, they're lovely, but when I was talking about, yes, I did get it wrong, about the 3 deaths of the US presidents over the years on July the 4th, you're telling me, they were like, oh yeah, it was just a, you know, normal death on the 4th of July. Independence Day. When you go deeper into these holes, you'll find out a lot of things that are done are not coincidences. That's all I'm saying. So, and I'd like to say as well, just like T. Taylor says, when you listen to more people, if you go to videos that are talking about crystalline DNA activation, if you don't resonate with it, you're probably not going to you're not going to activate it anyway, because you don't believe in it. Your cells in your body aren't going to activate because you don't believe in it. That's why when I go to a lot of stuff, it doesn't mean that I'm resonating with everything, but something in me will resonate with something. Like, something in me, as batshit crazy as it sounds, has always resonated with films like Lord of the Rings, Never Ending Story, all that sort of fantasy stuff that's meant to be make-believe. Isn't that the thing that they're trying to take away from us and our children, the innocence and make-believe and believing? Because just like in the film Never Neverland with Peter Pan, and I'm not sure which one it is, I don't know if it was Never Ending Story, even though they're all the same, let's face it, they've all got the same story in it, or what's the other film? Never Ending Story, or The Dark Crystal, or I think it was Never Ending Story, but one of them sort of fantasy films. Hi, one hot min. one of them where the world was falling apart and the nothingness was coming. And the whole thing was, just like in Peter Pan, we've got to get the children, get the people to believe again, to have faith, to believe, to have hope. I'm sick of people out there saying, yes, I said the other day, yeah, we know about the English language and now they've twisted things, so we have to say it in the way that we understand it, which is hope, which is faith, whatever. People get triggered by it. Because it's a vibration. And that hope, that love, that is a vibration, and it keeps you in a vibration. If you're all doom and gloom, you're not in a higher vibration. You must believe. If you don't believe that this is light body ascension, you ain't going to see it. Because you're not in that vibration. If anyone gets what I'm saying, don't even know if I'm explaining that properly, but it's just how I see it. Life is all about your vibration. Exactly, Level. Thus our mindset, health. Exactly, James. And that is why they have tried to keep us in fear, because they're lowering your vibration. You're easier to control, manipulate, whatever, because you're dumbed down and you're not going to have that faith, that hope, that belief, that knowingness to know there's better things out there if we all unite, come together and believe there's a creator or whatever you want to say, or there's better things out there. We've just been hijacked, as I keep saying. So, thank you, James. This is just coming out my mouth now. I didn't know I was going to say this, but I will be re-talking about it tonight on timelines and drawing a timeline of how I see it, because now I understand how the way I understand it, mate. And that's why I know a lot of you in chat resonate. People resonate with channels. So when we're all in chat, because you're all beautiful people and you're all vibing high, apart from the ones under the bridge we get in, but they're still in that lower vibration. It doesn't mean they're bad people. I get triggered, so what? I'm real. Do you know what? But hopefully they'll come to it in the end. But we all resonate with the same sort of things that we watch and all that, because we're on that vibration, we're on that frequency. At the end of the day, we're tuned into that radio station. So, but like I said, I was just watching T. Taylor and she just triggered me off to think, oh yeah, blah, 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 because that's what we do, giving each of us codes, and we're all talking, and a lot of us watch the same sort of videos. And it's like she said, she swears sometimes, so do I. And I'm sick of all this new age spiritual crap. I'm into it, but I'm not into the one that says you must be meek. Someone said that means strong. Well, I see it as meaning weak. You must not speak out. You must go and, like she said the other day, she's doing a Patreon, and good on her. It's only $2 a month. That's not much. Because at the minute, we do work with money, and that's the way it is at the minute. Hopefully, maybe in time, we'll go back to bartering and stuff like that. Like, oh, I need this, but I've got that. I can make you that. And she said that she might be doing a website where people can trade. So it's a bit like, people go, oh, well, I can't go in that 3G job, or I can't do this, or you shouldn't be selling your stuff because it's more spiritual. No, they want you to say that because they don't want you sharing. And at the end of the day, it's just like T. Taylor said, I'm on that wavelength. If you want to go and sit on Mount Peru and sing Kumbaya with no money and you need to feed your kids, you go and do that. Yeah? I mean, don't get me wrong, there are people that go and do that. But at the minute, we're in both worlds, and it doesn't slightly work like that, So until that time comes, yeah, fanfare Rianne. But there are truth and lies in the spiritual realms as well, and there are a lot of people out there putting crap out in the spiritual realms to still put people off and keeping them in the circle, of shutting up and being quiet and not sort of speaking out about stuff. That's how I see it anyway. So when I get triggered on here, which I do, because like I said, it's hard when you're trying to talk to people in chat, trying to remember what you're saying and looking at other stuff, tired from researching kids and all the mundane life. Sorry, but I'm a real person. I'm not going to sit on here and be like, I've had people say before, oh, thought you were all spiritual. Let's get this straight, right? For those who don't know. It doesn't mean because you're spiritual, you don't swear or you don't stand up and say something. You're not a doormat. You know what I mean? It's like you're supposed to be so soft you let people walk all over you. I know I've done that before and I won't be doing it again. There's two sides. And I doubt the Most High, you know, at the end of the day, if something was coming for you, take over your lovely Eden, let's say, and wanted to do bad things, are you just going to sit there singing Kumbaya? No, I don't think you are. When it comes to it, just like in Lord of the Rings, this is how I see it. Sorry, I will come into chat in a minute. Like Lord of the Rings, all many different races came together in Lord of the Rings to fight evil, didn't they? They didn't all have the same opinions on stuff, you know, traditions on stuff, but they all knew they were going against evil. So at the end, they all had to come together to fight the evil, because united we stand, divided we fall, and that's how it works, you know. So that's why people have got to wake up to that. It doesn't matter what community you're in, race, religion, whatever, you know, belief systems. We've all been lied to, and we've all been used and manipulated and enslaved. So all these people who are going on about, I see a lot of channels out there, the black community or the Muslim community, all this, that, and they're all fighting against each other, going, who was enslaved and who was it? We've all been enslaved. It's not just only black people were enslaved, only they were enslaved, white people weren't, or white people were, or they did this or they did that. History's got a lot of bullshit in it. We've all been enslaved. And it's a fact. When people actually start looking properly, so there's no point arguing and blaming it on, oh, it was the white people, or oh, it was the black people, or oh, it was the Muslims, blah, 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 blah. That's all to put you off and divide. And I don't understand why people can't see this, and why they're still going on about the past anyway. That's not going to change anything, moaning about the past, who did this and who did that. Because I tell you what, all people in all races of all communities have done something. So let's drop the karma, or not get the karma, and let's start sorting it out now. Not back then, because that ain't going to solve anything now, if anyone gets what I'm saying. That's just taking you round in circles of everyone arguing, because that's all I see on them channels. Round in a circle. Is it actually getting you anywhere? Not really. So, divide and conquer, it's the old story. Exactly, Ralph. So, I don't even know why that just came out my mouth, but it did. Because I can see it going on all over, you know. It's because we're labelled by our skin colour and everything. At the end of the day, we're all beings. We're all human beings, the hue of our skin, but we're all beings at the end of the day. We all bleed red at the end of the day. So, you know. Oh, getting in a car from a walk on the beach. Oh, I bet that was nice. I've just been in the garden with my new sexy, where are they? I don't know where they are. Where are they? Oh, my new sexy gardening gloves I bought for myself today. Because I needed to do some weeding. And it gets me thinking when I'm weeding. And the grass seems greener and things seem bigger and like lots of bees, lots of butterflies. And you know what else? I know I said about birds weeks ago. Loads of sparrows. Gardening gloves. Ooh, yeah, lovely gloves. Also, I've been making a QAnon bag for myself. So, I'm just in the process. My little QAnon shopper Q bag. So, flat bang. I'll be taking that shopping with me after. Yes. Yeah, I've got a garden, so... And I tell you what, I was amazed ages ago, if anyone remembers me talking about flowers in my house were glittery. And they're saying that animals and I'm like, I don't know if anyone saw the video before of me outside with the bumblebees. And the shiny shinies, because I can see it in daylight now. And like I said, they twinkle more on a high vibration, which is what I'm going to re-talk about tonight. If I'm not on tonight, it'll because I'm doing something with Roxanne, and Double O, but I don't think I am. So I may come for a chat again about timeline changes. So, how are you all in chat? Oh, and I got some really great comments about the JFK Jr. thing, you know. Just saying. And I got a lovely comment off Kellyanne Hub News when I went over to her channel. Like, yeah, you know, yeah, that was good. How is everyone feeling? The big dirty cloud came over before, and I was like, no, I don't like that. It's gone. But it is cloudy. I enjoy seeing your art and crafts. You are very talented. I'll probably have some new ones at some point. I've just had a week where or 2 weeks where I've just not had the, not had the energy. I've had the energy. I've just not felt like doing anything. But I know we go up and down with stuff. Not in a bad way. I'm just like, oh, I feel like doing anything. Blessed and grateful. That's brilliant. Ooh, that's going to look great. Looking forward to seeing. Yeah, it will when I've done it. When I've finished it all off, and I can go shopping with it. Yeah, I think he was in the helicopter because it's to do with the Coast Guard, and the Coast Guard, if anyone's done the research on the Coast Guard of when his plane went down, he was definitely flying. Fly, Johnny, fly. You know what I mean? But like I said, I'm not going to put speculation on when he's coming out. I'm just watching the show and watching it all roll out, you know. Our Tommy Robinson over here has been, sent to jail or whatever you call it. But I'm going to watch that roll out as well. So I'm just watching everything roll out. Massive transmissions coming in. Yeah, I believe that as well, because we've got another eclipse coming up, haven't we? Lots of fatigue, purging of old emotions. Yeah, because it's purging. It's getting rid of our past traumas, past karma. Getting rid of it, setting yourself free, and stop feeling guilty about stuff, and just see it, know it, purge it, get rid of it, let it go, let it go, let it go. Do, 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 do. The only thing I have noticed is talking about being tired. I can't seem to go to bed early. I'm going to bed late, but I'm not tired when I wake up. But don't know. Yeah, there's probably that as well. But like I said, I'm not going to put any stuff on it, because this is where some people are getting triggered with you're ruining the plan, people are falling off because you're saying he's coming out, which I can see, because if we keep saying it and it doesn't happen because of some reasons, or it's not what we think, because we're saying, oh yeah, we'll come out here, then it's going to put some people off. So I'm just like, it'll be done in its own divine right time, and I'm fine. I'm personally, I'm fine with that, no matter what I said, but I'm personally fine with that, I'm on that timeline of good things are coming. It's like this person I've been talking to. It's just so hard, but funny at the same time. It's self-awareness, that is what we all are searching for. Exactly, and what Q does and all the other stuff, it's making you aware. And what I would like to say is, when I said go over to qmap.pub, when people saw the pictures of the aborted babies, what we didn't realise also was that person in that picture, because it went out today on Twitter, was actually bathing them, clothing them, and burying them, giving them a burial. So sometimes we can look at something looks horrendous, but that guy was actually doing something good. I can't remember who put that out today. So sometimes we have to look twice at things and really think about stuff, what we are seeing, even though it wasn't nice, but what he was doing was good, because I believe that side that don't give a toss anyway, and they wouldn't have done that. That guy did. So beautiful soul for doing that, because a lot of people could not do that job. If anyone gets what I'm saying, that was put out there today, which makes me also think about the whole JFK Jr. thing, as in, sometimes we're told stuff to trick the media and this, that and the other, if what you think you're seeing is not what's happening, as we all know. I heard that from... why do I never know what that is, even though I know what it is? What is that channel? I always forget. But yeah, so even though it would have been a shock to people who don't know, and if anyone's new and went over there, they would have been shocked, because if a lot of people haven't been from Q from the beginning, don't really know what's going on, the whole thing's going to shock you anyway, because this is where it comes in, where people are not going to be able to perceive what's been going on in this world. And this person I've been talking to, it's like, I feel like saying it's all good and well, this person saying, oh, well, well, when it all comes out, are these people going to be able to perceive it? And that's where I go along with the timeline thing as well. It's like, are you going to be able to no, what's the IPOT? I can never remember what it stands for, that channel. That's it. I always forget. In Pursuit of Truth, that's it. Yeah, In Pursuit of Truth, good channel. Agreed, James, with Dolly. Sharing her creative side has inspired me to share mine as well, and it's been incredible. Oh, yeah, I've got to check your channel, actually, because some people, I just forget sometimes because I watch that many people and stuff, and the beautiful thing that I'm finding is, I was trying to tell this person that I was talking to, he's like, it's just your perception of things. It's like, look, to me, if someone's not looking and researching, they're not going to see it. So they're going to have a perception of nothing's going on. Oh, it's just a conspiracy theory. Well, yeah. But if you are, the beautiful thing that I am enjoying about the whole awakening is seeing different people waking up. Seeing different people talking about stuff. It's all joining the dots together, like the lovely Shelley, who was on Roxanne the Globalist and I's channel the other day, who we will be having on soon as well. Connecting dots with Calais, the Cali Fires, smart meters, all that sort of stuff, but she knows nothing about Q. But we learned all that off Q when we got researching, so to me, it's beautiful. And all different communities are coming together, finding each other and realising, though they might not agree on everything, because they're from different truthing communities, they're still truthing, but it's still the same thing at the end of the day for humanity, as I've kept saying and saying and saying. So this person, it's not like we're having a thingy debate about it. It's quite a fun one, trying to open his eyes, because there was a video up of, I'm going to show you now actually, Buzz, the astronaut, and Trump saying about space and his face. Now, this person said, well, you know, old people, they get a bit like that. It's like, no, you don't understand why he's pulling these faces. You do not understand why he's pulling these faces. Let me find it. Some of you have probably seen it. It's absolutely hilarious. Let me just find it for you, because it is so funny. Watch this.
Feel very strongly about it. I felt strongly about it for a long time.
Right, the guy, if you don't know, who stood here is Buzz. I don't know what his name is. Buzz Lightyear. The one who apparently, went to the moon. But the one who apparently is an astronaut. The one who apparently said ages ago when a little girl asked him about going to the moon, he said, I don't know, because we never went. So watch his face when Trump's talking. Hang on.
I used to say, before doing what I did, I used to say, what happened? Why aren't we moving forward? Today's announcement sends a clear signal to the world that we are restoring America's proud legacy of leadership in space. At some point in the future, we're going to look back and say, how did we do without space? Vice President will serve as the Council's chair. Privatization of certain aspects is going to play a very crucial role, don't you think? They are truly to it. I will say that's not easy, because everybody wants to support people that wouldn't have loved what we're doing so much. They want to be some of the most successful people in the world, want to be on this board. Human soul yearns for discovery. By unlocking the mysteries of the universe, we unlock truths within ourselves. That's true. Our journey into space will not only make us stronger and more prosperous, but will unite us behind grand ambitions and bring us all closer together. Wouldn't that be nice? Can you believe that space is going to do that? I thought politics would do that. Well, we'll have to rely on space instead. Every launch into the skies is another step forward toward a future where our differences seem small.
Oh my God, how hilarious is that? So this person said, oh yeah, well, I know old people like that, they just pull faces like that. Well, this person doesn't know who that person is. This person doesn't know the story behind it all. This person hasn't seen the video when he said we didn't go to the moon. This person doesn't know the whole backstory of all that stuff. So when people are perceiving stuff different, it's because they don't know about certain stuff, because it's perceptions. But if you don't know about something, you're going to just go, oh yeah, well, but it's because he's an older guy and they just pull faces, because I know a lot of old people that do that. And I'm like, not really. And this is the arguments people have with friends and family, because they don't perceive it because they can't see it. They're not aware of it. It's about being aware of the backstories, because people don't get the fact that the reality they think they live in is fake, innit? So I just thought it was hilarious. It was so funny. He's like, whoa. That is why Trump is trolling about going to Mars. He knows, but he's not going to say it outright on TV. Everyone thinks he's mad no matter what he says. But when you're looking with eyes that can see and you're hearing stuff, it is hilarious. That's why Q has always said, sit back, get your popcorn out, watch the show. We said it ages ago. That's what we're meant to be doing. Enjoying how they're trying to wiggle the way out of things in certain court cases. Now, one I was watching yesterday on, I can't even remember what it was. They just sit there and like, it's hilarious because they're gonna get seen anyway. They know they are. Inevitable. So, you know, cheers to Q, Trump and JFK Jr. and every anon out there and patriot. That's all I say. So I will see you later on. Hopefully, if I'm not doing anything else, I'll be on about 8:30ish. I may draw some pictures of my thoughts on a timeline and how it changes. So yeah, you know, people who still believe in that we've been on the moon. Yeah. And this is what I mean by being aware. This is what the whole thing's about. Consciousness is awareness. But those who are not conscious and aware, like this person thinks, you know, like, oh, I'm going to be the one, you know, like the, what would you call it, the one who looks into what you're saying but go, well, they're not looking into it, but what do you call it, the devil's advocate. And I'm like, yeah, but you can't comment on something if you're not looking at what we're looking at. And then I'm like the movement of Q and they're like, yeah, question everything and research yourself. Exactly. They're like, yeah, but it's just a few people in it. I went, no. And he's like, it's just conspiracy theories. I'm like, no, learn where the word conspiracy came from and learn why they put that, slap that label on us. No, it's millions of people. And more are getting onto it every day. And then this person sort of went, I said something, they sort of went, yeah, we'll talk about something. I was like, can't say anything now. So, yeah, so I shall see you lovely people. You caught me live. Hi, Jodie. Later on, unless anything else is going on. So, if I'm on at 8:30. And the reason why I come on and say this is because people don't get notifications. So, and we all know they're doing that with a lot of people. It's not just me. If you're into DNA Twinkle Ascension, or you don't know what I'm talking about, please go and check out T Taylor's channel and check out a lot of the videos from the beginning. If you resonate, you'll start seeing it. If you don't, you don't. It doesn't mean everyone's going to do it the same way. So, but like I said, I'm going to re-talk about that tonight. My thoughts on it, my perception, just my thoughts, and it's just my perception on it. And see what you all think, because I know there's quite a lot of you in my chat who have this. So, and a lot of you who have it are not doom and gloom, so it can't be anything bad in my eyes. Anyway, so, but then people go, that's what they want you to think. Well, that's what they might want you to think, but that is not what I think. Oh yes, I last night we had a great... Yeah, I'm just catching up on the live chat now. That's what I was watching. So, yeah, I shall see you all later. Have a good day, night, evening, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. And I'll catch you later. Bye.